Hey, Kelsie Watts. Hey, thanks for joining Beyond the Fame.
Hey, and thank you for having me.
You, of course, are playing Satine, the lead actress role in Broadway's Moulin Rouge, the musical, one of my favorite movies, everything.
I love it.
Co-starring Megan Thee Stallion, of course. So we'll get to
Yes.
all that in a minute, but it's going to be at the Al Hirschfield Theater now through August 30th. So get your tickets now in this for the spring and summer, everybody. But I wanted to talk to you because it's the perfect week to chat. You know, Broadway is a buzz. It's Tony nominations week. So yeah, so what do you
Crazy.
think? I'm not going to ask you to make any predictions. The nominees were
Right,
just
right, right, right.
announced, so it's anything can happen between now and the show.
Oh, for
But just
sure.
in general, rising tide raises all boats. What do you think of this year's crop on Broadway? If you've seen any of them?
Honestly, I got to see a lot of them, which is really great. I got to see Lost Boys, Titanic, Ragtime, and I have friends like in almost all of them, which is
Yeah,
so cool. I never thought in my life I'd be able to say that.
yeah.
So honestly, I'm the kind of person where if you have the courage to put art out there and like put something on Broadway and like be able to take the time and effort and like the people like the producers and the creative teams and the directors and the wigs and the actors like all of the things, honestly every single person deserves the nomination, every single one.
Are there any you want to shout out?
Honestly, Lost Boys was awesome.
Yeah.
I was such a fan. I thought the music was so cool. I thought the flying was cool. It was like it was a fun watch, and people are singing their faces off. They're just singing down. I'm like, okay, go for it. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And any others that you have friends in that you want to shout out? Just Lost Boys?
I mean, Titanic is great.
Yeah.
My friend Joey Fatone is one of the co-producers on it, and like, so super proud of everybody in that. Ragtime, I have some friends in. I mean, it's just, they're. I'm just so proud of all of them. Truly. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, your show, the one we're talking about, Moulin Rouge, the musical, it
Yeah.
had its day on Tony nomination day,
Hmm.
what, 6 years ago or something. I remember it was the 2020 COVID year, sadly. So it was a
Yeah.
lot of stop and start for it. It didn't probably get the fun that it could have on that, but
Right.
deservingly, nominated for 14 Tonys back then, winning 10, including Best Musical. Uh,
Yeah.
did you ever see that original one?
No. No,
No?
so I'd never even I mean, now I love the movie
Yeah,
and I'd always wanted to see the show, but like
yeah,
I'm from West Texas
yeah,
and I was living in Nashville. Like we don't
yeah.
have access to Broadway.
Yeah.
Like it's just not something I had access to. So I never got to see it. The first time I saw it was actually July of last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was
Okay.
like, but I mean, I'd always wanted to,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with it. The spectacle is amazing. I love Moulin Rouge. I love
Yeah.
that it's campy. I love that it's fun. Like, I
Yeah.
love the jukebox stuff. Like, I'm a pop music girly, so
Of course.
yeah. So I've been a fan from day one.
Oh, me too. But
Yeah.
similar stories, and I want to get into your growing up in Texas, of course. We'll get that in 1 second. But
No,
but
no, yeah,
similarly, like I love the movie and how it was so postmodern, weaving in all the pop songs and all of that. But
yeah.
speaking of the movie, this is actually good. Not only is it Tony nomination week, it's a fitting week to run this and do this interview because I think this weekend, May 9th, marks the 25th anniversary of Baz Luhrmann's film making its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival in Paris, France. So it was May
Oh
9th,
wow.
2001. So the synchronicity of this is great.
Hey.
Yes, again, so I believe it was nominated for 8 Oscars, including Best Picture. I think it even won the Golden Globe for Best Picture, on the comedy
Amazing.
musical side.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
great.
memories. Drill a little further into kind of what you were already saying. Growing up, do you remember hearing like the Lady Marmalade on the radio, and then you rushed to watch the movie, or did you see the movie first, or buy the soundtrack? And go deeper
I
into.
mean, gosh, I mean, I don't remember if I heard the soundtrack first or saw the movie first.
Yeah, it
Um,
was everywhere.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was like I just remember loving Pink and Christina Aguilera,
Yeah,
and like, I was like, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, what is this song?
yeah.
And then Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor, and like, I'm not gonna lie, the first 30 minutes of the film, I was like, what is going on?
It's like sensory overload. The
I
camera's
was
like
so
flipping
confused.
over those miniatures of the windmill, and we're like, "What is going
I'm
on?"
like,
John
what? It's
Leguizamo
so
was like
trippy.
introducing us, and we're like, Where am I?"
Yeah, it's so trippy. And then after that, I was like, oh, this story's like crazy. It's intense. So I loved that it was, yeah, it's such a comedy, but also such a tragedy.
Yeah.
And somehow Boz married them perfectly. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I will forever be a fan. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And speaking of John Leguizamo, he actually came on this show. He was coming to Arena Stage in DC.
Okay.
I don't remember, like a year or so ago, and I was asking him about that, and he's such fond memories of it. I
Yeah.
wrote down his actual quote. He said, "quote talking about Baz and
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge. He said before him, nobody was doing these jukebox musicals. Nobody. He's the progenitor. How do I say that? Progenitor of jukebox
Yeah.
musicals, for better or for worse. But he did it brilliantly with Moulin Rouge, taking all these pop songs and turning it into a musical. And I mean, and
Yeah.
I mean, don't you agree? Like back in the day in Hollywood, I'm a big movie buff guy.
Yeah.
Musicals would dominate the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Singing in the Rain and Wizard of Oz. Or even in the 60s, like West Side Story, Sound of Music, the Oliver, like they were still winning Best Picture, right? But then I'd say after what, like Grease maybe in 78, they kind of started to fade through the 80s. I would say Disney musicals, the animated ones, kind of started bringing them
Mm.
back in the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s. But to me, it was really Moulin Rouge in terms of like a live action movie that brought it back, don't you think? Like
Oh,
Chicago
for
won Best
sure.
Picture after it and Dreamgirls and the rest. But
Yep.
I mean, do you agree? Is that sort of part of the, not only is it a fun show, but that's sort of the legacy is the rebirth of the modern musical?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's iconic. I
Yeah.
mean, whenever people are like, oh, it's a jukebox musical, I'm like, that's what the movie was,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
exactly.
duh. Like, of course, like that's
Yeah,
yes, of course, that's exactly what it is, because that's what the movie did. And it
exactly.
just, yeah, I mean, it changed the world for sure.
It really did. We wouldn't have got Chicago and Dreamgirls and Mamma Mia. What else? Les Mis and La La Land and
Yeah.
Greatest Showman.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone's always like Chicago won Best Picture, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Yeah, I mean, good movie and all, but like Moulin Rouge was right before it. Let's give Mulan the
It
credit.
started it. It's
That's
where
the
it
one that
started.
grabbed the arc of history and just bent it in a new direction.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you're carrying on the legacy. All right. Well, we'll obviously get to the stage show in a second, but you said something very interesting. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go beyond the fame of you growing up. So you're born in what? Is it Lubbock, Texas? Lubbock?
Lubbock, Texas. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to hear some memories. But when I first hear it as a movie guy, I think of, did you ever see that Taylor Sheridan? He wrote it. He didn't direct it. But before Yellowstone and Landman, all those shows now, he wrote the movie called Hell or High Water that was set in Lubbock. Did you ever see it?
No, I did not. That's
Really? You have
yeah.
to watch it. I think it's like
Okay.
Chris Pine, and it's a good one.
Okay, cool.
Like a modern Western thriller thing. But there's a line
Yeah.
in it. I'm gonna, even if you didn't see it, I want to see if you relate to this waitress character. They sit down at a diner. There's all this action going on, but then they sit at a diner, and this waitress comes up, and and she goes, "So what don't you want?" And they're like, "What?" She goes, "Either you don't want the corn on the cob, or you don't want the green beans. So what don't you want?" Does that sound
Yeah.
accurate to your youth?
I mean, no.
No?
Not at all. But I did love I really did love growing up there. It
Yeah.
was, I mean, it was a really great place to grow up. And I mean, I've been singing since I was 2 and
Oh, nice.
grew up in a musical family and never knew that Broadway was going to be a thing or that me being able to release music was going to be a thing
Yeah.
and now alas here we are. Yeah.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
did it anyway. Even
We did it.
you proved that it doesn't matter where you are in the country and any region, you can be a Broadway nut.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So wait, so speaking of which musicals did you love as a kid? Were you putting on like plays in the living room on a VHS camcorder or high school
No.
musicals or whatever?
No, so I actually never did musical theater.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, so I mean, I grew up singing like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Kiss, Boston, Michael Jackson,
Right.
Prince, like,
Right.
those were, gospel music. Like, that's really what I was brought up doing.
Gotcha.
And what inspired so much of my music now.
Yeah.
Like I just released a single, Made for Your Love.
Right.
And
Just dropped April 10th. Plug it.
yeah, it did. Yes, it did. And one of my biggest instos for that was Whitney Houston.
Mm,
Like I love, her How Will I Know?
yeah.
And so I was like so inspired by that kind of music. And I was like, well, man, what would that sound like if I brought it into 2026?
Exactly.
And yeah, and that's how we got here. So, I didn't know that Broadway was going to be a thing. I've always loved musical theater and,
Yeah.
listened to things like Les Mis and Rent and Wicked and,
Sure.
yeah. And then it just kind of happened.
That's
I'm
funny.
like,
Because you're right. When we were growing up, you mentioned like Rent and stuff like that. Like, yes, that's
mhm,
Broadway, but it's bringing in Rent is like a rock musical or Moulin Rouge or or
yeah,
Six. We'll get to all of that. But like, yeah, like you're coming it from like the pop songs being infused into the stage
yeah.
angle. All right, cool. Well, that
Yeah.
actually makes sense because before you got called to do it, we got to remind folks right around this time you were playing Jane Seymour in Broadway's Six, which is a lot of
Yes.
pop infused stuff.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Six was really cool and perfect preparation for this because it reimagines the Six Wives of Henry VIII as like a
Right.
modern pop, like a girl group, right? So
Right.
remind us who are the six that they Are they directly named after people, or is it just like inspired by Beyonce or
Just
whatever?
inspired by.
Okay.
Yeah. So mine, my character is really specifically inspired by like Adele as far as like what the writers were inspired by.
Okay.
One of them is Katy Perry, one is Britney Spears, one's Beyonce.
Right.
Yeah, one is Alicia Keys. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But your name is Jane Seymour, not to be
Yes.
confused with Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Exactly. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah,
And so that was relatively recent. Like that began what, February 2025, like a little
yeah.
over a year ago. And then you just left this February 2026. So you're there about a year. So
Yeah.
did you leave specifically for Moulin Rouge, or like did you even have to audition, or were they like, "Oh, she's great in that show, let's bring her over"? How did that work?
Well, so I was with Six for a year.
Yeah.
All of us had a year long contract, and then
Ah,
the plan was to actually stay with Six for a little bit. And then Moulin Rouge reached out, asked me to come in for a work session, and it worked out. And I was like, well, heck yeah, that's going to be fun. So it was really great being in something like Six because I feel like it prepared me to learn how to learn another show, which was great. Because Six is totally different. It's a completely different beast. You know, there's
right.
only six of us on stage in a band, and you never leave the stage, and you're singing and dancing the whole time.
Yeah.
And then in Moulin Rouge, it's way more acting heavy.
Hmm.
I also still barely leave the stage, but you know, you're not dancing as hard. I mean, it's just they're two totally different beasts. So, but yeah, but I'm
Nothing
so
will make
glad
you
that
leave this stage. Only consumption. I think that's what it is. Can drag Satine off. Is it
right.
consumption
It is
or?
consumption. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
tuberculosis.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, all right. We already kind of mentioned that it's a tragic ending. But in the beginning, it's the sparkling diamond and then falling in love and all this stuff. But yeah, like what's it like getting to juggle the sparkling, flashiness, but knowing that it's sort of a fatalistic, tragic
I
ending
mean,
for your
I'm
character.
living my best life.
Yeah,
I'm having so much fun.
yeah,
The show's a blast. The costumes are fun. The cast is amazing. Like I'm getting to go like play dress up every day.
yeah,
You know? I mean, it's and the show itself, like knowing the story, like yes, it's a lot, like emotionally,
yeah.
but I mean that's my job. That's what I signed
Absolutely.
up for.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know?
Well, you're living the dream. Like,
Yeah.
growing up, anyone wants to go play dress up and be other characters and go to magical worlds and sing. And
Yeah.
now you're getting to do it for a living. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
Well, we mentioned the consumption. Back up one sec. Let's give the basic premise because I'm assuming, we both are obsessed with Moulin Rouge, but imagine that no one has seen it, not even the movie. What's the basic premise? Set up the setting, where we are in the world, what time period, and who the main characters are.
Yeah, like 1890s, Paris. It's basically a love triangle.
Yeah.
Long story short, there's a songwriter that shows up at my job where I'm like the highest courtesan in Paris. I think he's someone else that he's definitely not.
Yeah.
And then a love triangle ensues.
Yeah.
And
Christian is a young, idealistic poet who's recently moved, and you think it's a little mistaken identity, right? You think he's
yes,
a
I think
wealthy.
he's the Duke, like a very wealthy Duke, and
Yeah.
he's not. And
He's
I fall
not.
in love with him instead of the other person,
The
and
Duke
then,
of
then it goes downhill.
Monroth.
Yeah.
But you fall in love with him anyway, and then by the time this is the tales all the time. It's a great device for storytelling, right? Because then
Yeah.
by the end, you've already found true love, even though you realize he's not rich, and there you go. But then tragedy strikes, etc. Go see it. We're not gonna. That's it. We don't have to give any more of the plot away. But in terms of like the actual uh book or the dialogue, like, so I guess it's John Logan is
Uh-huh.
the one that writes the Broadway book, or wrote it a couple years ago. Now he
Yeah.
he was big on screen too. He didn't write Moulin Rouge the movie, but he's like a three-time Oscar nominee for he wrote like co-wrote Gladiator and then Scorsese's Aviator and Hugo. Like and he won best play on Broadway for the Tony for Red, I think. But anyway, so he's nominated for best book for a musical here in Moulin Rouge. So is there a way to compare the like movie script to the book on stage? We'll get to the music in a second, but like in terms of the writing, is it a lot of the same dialogue, or has he really fleshed it out more?
Well, I mean, it has to change
Yeah,
because in film, you're able to cut between scenes and do flashbacks,
yeah,
and I mean, they're two totally different entities. Like
totally different mediums.
you
Yeah,
can't yeah you can't even really like compare the two. So
right.
John Logan I think did a really great job of adapting what the movie was into stage, and
Right.
so it's actually not a carbon copy of the
Right.
movie. The musical is actually a little different from the movie, and I think it needed to be. You know,
Oh,
it needed to be able to translate. Yeah.
absolutely, and not just the book, like you're saying with John Logan writing the dialogue in the scene
Right,
descriptions
right,
and
right, right.
stage left, stage right. Even that, where it's different than, like you're saying, different mediums entirely.
Yeah, for sure.
But how about visually, like the the directorial presentation? Like obviously, you mentioned when you first saw the movie, Baz Luhrmann's flashy style. I guess younger viewers think of like Elvis that just came out, or The Great Gatsby. Like
Yeah.
it's a very unique flashy style. And I admit, like it can be either you love it or not. I happen to love it in Moulin Rouge. Fitting, it was the Red Curtain trilogy, right? Strictly Ballroom, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge. So the red curtains parted at the beginning of the movie. So it's always made for for Broadway. But how does that translate to like a stage presentation? You know, like do you think his wild, wacky, cinematic visual style influenced the sparkling visual style of Broadway?
Oh, absolutely. The entire
Yeah.
first opening act is absolute chaos. It's utter chaos.
Get
I
ready.
remember the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know where to look. What is happening? Holy cow. But you
Yeah.
also have to remember that like at the opening of the musical, Christian comes out and gives a dialogue that's like it's his memory of what's happening. So
Right.
you're seeing everything through his memory and like and what he remembers like this epic
Right.
night to be like the entire first act is just one night, you know? So
Ah.
it's I mean, so this chaos is like what he like remembered as he's retelling like this love story. So I think it actually makes a lot of sense that it is as chaotic as it's supposed to be. Because I mean, whenever you remember
Right.
things, you're like, did that? Yes, that did. Wait, hold on. How
Right. Your
did
memories
this
fail, or you combine different. It's just like synapses firing. It's
right?
almost dreamlike, and so that does make sense
Exactly.
that it would be chaotic because it's all in his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I think they did a really, really great job. Alex Timbers, who directed it, did a great job with creating this just like beautiful chaos at the top of the show.
That's a good way to put it. Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I mentioned interviewed Leguizamo, but I also talked Ewan McGregor. It was also on this show. If you want to look it up in the archive,
Yeah.
he said, "quote about this visual style we're talking about."
Mhm.
He said, "Boz definitely is a wonderful fantasist and a great imaginator and wanderer. I loved his spirit that anything's possible." So there you go. That ties into what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it does.
It's not necessary. It's kind of heightened reality. It's not even just even in the real world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Well, speaking of Ewan McGregor, and then of course Nicole Kidman, who plays your so if you're the Nicole Kidman role, who is your Ewan McGregor on stage? Dote on
Christian
him.
Douglas.
Make him embarrass him. Why is he great? Oh, he's Christian. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. No
So
wonder they
funny enough,
cast him.
Christian Douglas is
Yeah.
Christian, and then Christian Douglas's understudy is also Christian,
Yeah.
who plays Christian.
Is he a
It's
Christian?
I have no idea,
Yeah.
but
His
they're
favorite
all
wrestler
three
is
of them
Christian?
are.
All right, anyway.
It's
Uh
so funny.
but dote on him. And if he listens to this, which I'm sure he will, we'll tag him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Embarrass him, dote on him, make him blush at how, talk about how great he is to work with.
Oh well, I mean, I tell him this in person, so I don't know if he'll get embarrassed because I've already
Right.
told him a million times.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a machine.
Yeah.
Truly, like he was like made, and I heard somebody on a podcast say that he was made in a lab to play this character. And it was a TikTok. No, yeah, it was a TikTok of somebody that like reviewed the show, and they were like, Christian Douglas was made in a lab for this, and I just said,
Wow.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
could
he is.
craft a more perfect lead for this, it would be him.
I know it's like Christian Douglas. I mean, he like truly. I mean, just does such a great job, and especially as somebody like me coming in who's never played opposite of somebody, has never done a musical of this sort. Like
Right.
he was so comforting and very great and easy to work with, and conveniently, our voices mesh like
Mm.
butter. Like we have the same voice stylings, like our vibratos even match up and then go back to straight tone at the same time without like practicing it. You're just like, how does that even happen? You know?
Yeah.
But no, it's a blast. We have so much fun, and every show is like the same because he's just a machine and so consistent.
That's consistency is the key. But that's really
Yeah.
nice to hear. Not only your talented voices together and harmonizing and duets and stuff, but it's nice to hear that he, as for you, a relative newcomer to the stage. You've been at it a
Very
couple years,
newcomer.
but coming from
Very.
more of the, singing competitions, pop, recording albums world. That's really nice to hear that he's been sort of, guiding you through the process as a comforting, sound.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was great. David Harris is great, the guy that plays the Duke.
Yeah.
Andre Ward with Toulouse, Ricky Rojas with Santiago. I mean,
Yeah.
they
And of
really
course,
all.
the Stallion.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Does she mostly just sort of, host sort of as an MC with dialogue lines between the songs? Or does she I would imagine she gets involved, any Lady Marmalade, or she gets involved in the singing, right?
Oh, she's full blown in it.
Yeah.
She is immersed 1000%
I love
in
it.
it. 100%. Yeah.
I love those. Those MC roles work well on movie or on stage, like Joel Grey and Cabaret. Like they're the MC, they're kind of the narrator, but they still get to participate, especially on Broadway. It's great.
Yeah. And like I actually got to meet Danny the other
Really?
day. He came to the show. Yeah, we didn't get to like hang out afterwards, but we got to chat Instagram after, and
Oh,
he loved it.
nice,
Like he came to see Meg and like they got to take a picture together, and
nice.
yeah, it was such an impressive cast.
This is Danny
And like
Bur. This is Danny Burstein you're talking about.
yes, yeah, 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 Danny
The
Bernstein.
Harold Zidler. You already said
Yeah.
you never saw it
Yeah.
during that incarnation, but have you at least maybe even I don't know gone back and seen videos of Karen Olivo and Aaron Tveit? Like have you
Oh,
done
for
any
sure.
research? Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, whenever I got called to even go in for Moulin Rouge,
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to look back into kind of what everybody just what it was. I mean, I'd already
Yeah.
listened to the sound. Like I knew the soundtrack, it was
Sure.
great, but I hadn't really really like dived into it.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, they were both phenomenal.
All right. Well, I think we've covered it, a lot of the show visually and dialogue, but we have to do a deep. We'd be remiss if we don't do a deep dive into some more of the songbook. I mean, we've mentioned a lot of them, but so Christian, your co-star, I guess his big, numbers. I guess he gets to do Elton John's your song. Like, well, that's a big standalone number, right? He also
Yeah.
gets to do Come What May. Well, you both get to do a little of Come What
Mhm.
May. That was a great original song written for the movie, right?
Right.
Um, and then I guess what? So yeah, what's
Roxanne is
your
his big one.
Roxanne is a big one, and what's your? I guess you get to do Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, of course, the Elephant Love Medley together. But what is your? Do you have like a favorite one night in, night out that you get to do?
Come What May is my favorite, hands down.
Come What May. Yeah,
Hands down.
and why is that? Elaborate.
Because the way that we get to sing it together is just so perfect.
Yeah,
It's just like, as a vocalist, not just like a musician and an artist, but as a vocalist, when I get to sing with other vocalists
yeah.
and it just works that well, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah.
I love it. And where does it fall? I guess it's like towards the beginning of Act Two, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's in Act Two. Yeah, I mean maybe like
Right.
20 minutes in or so.
And then it comes back for the finale, like they reprise it.
Yes.
Reprise.
Yeah.
Settle that. I've heard it both. Is it reprise or reprise?
I always say reprise, but I'm sure if
Okay.
I was fancier, I would say reprise. So I don't know.
I have no idea. Either
Yeah.
way, Moulin Rouge, reprise. But yes, so they bring it back along with Lady Marmalade, and well, actually, there's a bunch that close it down, right? Everybody, you
Yeah.
get the up and dancing at the end, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. Well, my favorite, and you've been generous with your time. I know we probably only have a few minutes left, but
Yeah.
my favorite. Now that we're talking about the music, my favorite was always the like the Elephant Love Medley because not
Yeah.
only are they up on the big elephant and the big spinning kiss with the sparkles, like that's Baz. I like the
Yeah.
clip that is shown all the time in the movie. But what I love about it, you probably agree because you're coming from the pop world. I love that it's like taking, I don't know, 10 different songs or whatever and doing like, you know what I mean? Like covers of little snippets. And they weave in, some of the call and responses, original, lyrics. But I just love that. How does that come to life on stage? Is there an elephant?
There's an elephant on the side of the stage.
Okay,
Kind of
there you
like in a
go.
house. Yeah.
You don't
I
ride
mean,
one in on
no,
like
I
Prince
definitely don't ride
Ali.
in on an
Okay.
elephant. That would be crazy.
But
It
it
would
is
be
in
very
the
cool.
show. It's a big number, show-stopping number.
Oh yeah, it ends Act One.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Right. That sends everyone into intermission out in the lobby,
Yeah.
like on a high, I guess.
Yes, yeah. I mean, no, it's beautiful, and there's so many pop songs like that all intertwine, and it basically creates a conversation, and it's a really
Yeah.
cute conversation of him trying to convince me over and over, like, "Hey, I love you. Let's be in love," and I'm like, "You're absolutely insane. There ain't no way." And by the end of it, obviously, he convinces me. So it's a really fun one to play.
That's
Yeah.
what you want out of a musical number, like a
Yeah.
literal character arcs within the arcs. Like there's a transformation from how they are, but
And there are, yeah, there really, really are. Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if you're game, I have before we go, I have a fun little game involving that exact song, the medley.
Yeah.
I am gonna we're gonna see if you can name, and it's okay if you don't get them all right. We're
Okay.
gonna see if you can name who the actual artist did each of those songs.
Oh heck,
You think you
probably
can do it?
not.
It's okay.
No,
If you don't,
I
I'm
probably
actually hoping
cannot.
you don't. It'd be boring if you get them all. So don't feel bad. It'd be boring. I do this with my college students in my film class all the time. Like I'm like, it's
Yeah.
okay if you don't get it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
fun of this, because then you have listeners or viewers shouting at the screen. Come on, it's
And
okay.
you're like, Kelsie, what are you thinking? And I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm just glad I remember the lines.
I
Heck.
know. Well, don't feel bad because I have them in front of me, so
Great.
it's different.
Yes.
But this is the game. This is almost like a, I don't know, like a Jimmy Fallon, James Corden like game that you were playing. Ready?
Cool.
All right.
Yes.
And let's sort of do it to remind the folks. Let's kind of do it. You don't have to actually sing this early in the morning. It can be like a speak sing song. I'm gonna like say,
Yeah.
I want to like give the lyrics so they remember how it
Yeah,
flows.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you got to try to guess it. All right.
Okay.
All right. Ready? So Ewan sings, All you need is love.
She's like, a girl's got to eat.
Yeah. All you need is love.
Or she'll end up on the street with a cool British
All you need
accent.
is love. Yeah.
Love is just a game.
Okay. We'll pause there. Who sang the actual song? All you
I
need
didn't
is love.
even know that was an action.
You didn't
Oh,
know you've heard
all
of.
you need is like
Yeah.
the Beatles. Okay.
Yeah, ding, ding,
Okay.
ding,
Yeah.
the Beatles.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so that's how this is gonna go. All right, ready?
Okay.
And then
Cool.
he dives right into "I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me," and you can
Uh,
sing the response if it to
the
buy
only
some
way of
time.
loving me, baby, is to pay a lovely
All
fee.
right, pause. Who sang "I was made for loving you, baby"?
I have no idea.
All right, Kiss. It's a Kiss song, believe it or not. And I
Wow.
know, but
Yeah.
not rock and roll all night. But Ace Frehley, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm no relation to me. Jason Frehley, spelled differently. He actually just died, but he came on their guitarist for all those songs. He actually said he did not like that song. It was too disco-y. He liked the
That's so
harder
funny. I know that sounds like, how strange. It's a Kiss
I know,
song.
right?
My dad would have known that.
That's Baz
Mhm.
Luhrmann, man. It's
Yep.
all genres. All right. So then, lovely fee. All right, and then it's just one night, just one night.
There's no way because you can't pay.
Pause. All right. So what is just one night? Just one night. Yeah.
No idea.
He takes a little liberty with the words, but it's Phil Collins. One more night. I don't know if you've heard that one. Anyway,
Okay.
one more
Got
night. All right,
you.
all right.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Oh, and then he goes,
In the name of
in the
love,
name of love, one night in the name of love.
you crazy fool, I
Yeah.
won't give in to you.
All right, pause. Who sings in the name of love? Actually, it's one more in the name of love in the song.
Oh, I don't know.
The big band from Ireland.
The big band from
The
Ireland?
big band from Ireland.
Oh, I literally have no
You
idea.
too. You too.
Oh, okay.
You've heard
Cool.
that, right? In the name. Actually, it's an MLK tribute. It's about how, yeah,
Oh,
people keep getting
yes.
assassinated in the name of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's crazy is I've never like broken it down, so I don't realize like
Yeah,
these
that's
songs
why we're
have been
doing this.
taken, like a little bit. Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
why the fun of it. Yeah, okay. All right, and then what's after this? It's don't leave me this way. I can't survive without your sweet love. Oh, baby, don't leave me this way. All right, pause. This one's the hardest one.
You're just gonna have to tell me because I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I believe it was in American Hustle, if you ever saw that movie. Anyway,
Interesting.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. And then, oh, actually, this one is the Nicole Kidman. This is you, right? The next part. Don't leave me this way. And then it goes to you.
You think that people will have had enough of
Yeah.
silly love songs?
I look around, I see it isn't so.
Oh no.
Some people want to feel the way. What's wrong with that? I like to do. All right. So pause. Who do you think sings silly love songs?
Literally, you're just gonna have to tell me because
Paul
I have no idea.
McCartney and Wings. So
Okay.
you already had Beatles, but this is Wings. All right, all right. And then I'd like to know, so here I go. And then the big one, he jumps, belts. Love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles fly. I'm not even McGregor. I can't get to that.
No, love makes us act like we are fools.
Yeah.
Throw our lives away for one happy day.
Okay, pause. Who is Up Where We Belong? It's from An Officer and a Gentleman, the Oscar-winning, I think it won original song in the 80s.
You're just gonna have to tell me.
Okay. I'm just educating you now.
You're
Joe-
literally. I feel like I'm in a class.
It's okay. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Right. You better write these down. No. Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. All right. We're almost there. There's three more. Okay. So,
Yeah.
throw our lives away for one happy day. We could be heroes just for one day.
You could be mean,
Oh, yeah.
and I drink all the time. We could
We
be
could be
lovers.
lovers. And that's
We
a fact.
can't do that. Yeah.
We could be lovers. All right. Nothing will keep us together. We could steal time just for one day. And then we could be heroes forever. And okay. Who sings that one? It's a very famous artist, but you'll know it when I say it. But
Correct. Say it, and then I will know it.
David Bowie.
Oh
We could be heroes forever and ever. All right.
Right. Yes,
Yep.
yes,
And
yes.
then they do the big I will always love you. Okay.
I
So
mean, Dolly Parton, Whitney Houston. Like,
oh no, you got both. I was gonna ask you both. Well, you
yeah.
said you grew up a Whitney fan, so you know. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, like, Dolly
But
wrote it too.
Dolly
So, okay.
wrote it.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
Dolly,
yeah.
not everyone knows the stage presence, the persona, the voice of Dolly, but she's a songwriting like
Oh, no,
queen.
she's incredible.
She
Like an
wrote that.
absolute icon.
And
Yeah.
even her, she would dare say, Whitney's is right up there, one of the best covers ever, maybe even better. Maybe.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
But
heck.
yeah, I'm a country music guy too, so I hold them both in high regard. All right, and
Yeah.
then the last one, I believe, I will always like it ends right. There's like a little bit of like a dismount. It's how wonderful life is while you're
You're
in the world, which is a
for
return to
your song.
exactly.
Yeah.
Bye.
For Elton John.
Boom.
Yeah.
You got it.
Let me tell you, you
Yeah.
go into the musical version, we
Yeah.
got way more than that. It's
Really? All right.
yeah.
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to? Are you allowed to? Actually, flip it on me. Don't. We're not going to do the whole thing because I know you
No,
got
I
to
was
go.
like, no, it's
No.
it's like 7 minutes long.
Don't. Yeah. Don't. We're not going to do it. But like, maybe give me like one or two.
I mean, there's a I'm a lot of faith. This is how I
Oh
feel.
gosh.
Holding
Natalie
on to shame when you make me on the
Imbruglia.
floor.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. One more because then we've done this.
Um. Uh. Take on me.
Aha. Aha. All right.
Nah. And I
Aha.
said, no, 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 it ain't me, babe. And he goes,
Nice.
take me on.
I'll be gone because this podcast is coming to an end. There we go. Hey, thanks for humoring me on that game. It was just an excuse for me to be Ewan McGregor because
No, I love that.
I love the
Yeah.
way he belts it and changes it too. It's very made for Broadway.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. Like in your Elton, who's a master, like one of my favorites. Elton sings what? If they're green or they're blue, and Ewan is if they're green or they're blue. Is that how Christian does it? Does he take it
Yes,
to the right
absolutely.
place? Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you'll have to actually come see it so you can see what I'm talking about.
oh, I can't wait. Hey, you've been so generous with your time, and it's been great to kind of do this on Tony nominations week. Congrats to all this
Yeah.
year's nominees. But no excuse, everybody. We're in Washington, D.C., Maryland area. Hop on the, Amtrak, or it's a quick drive, whatever you got to do, drive up by 95 and get a Broadway ticket. You got to see Kelsie Watts in Moulin Rouge, the musical, on Broadway.
Yeah. And if you ever want, yeah, just find me on like socials because like Kelsie Watts Music, Instagram, TikTok, streaming, all my music on Spotify, Apple
Oh
Music,
yeah. Let's plug
Amazon.
it again. Download the new album. It's the song is called "Made for Your Love." Is there an album with it too? Plug
No,
away.
no, it's just a single right now. Yeah, just made for your love. Yeah. And, I still run all my accounts, so I love to connect with people and actually get to like hang out and talk. So yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
The final seconds. I've never done this before, but I want to chat. I just thought this would be a cool way to like forward promote. I want you to chat. Thank you for going beyond the fame, Kelsie Watts. I want you to
Yeah, of course.
challenge someone else to go beyond the fame, like another. In this case, maybe another Broadway star,
Another Broadway person
or a friend. It could be an actor, a musician, whatever. But challenge a friend
to go beyond the fame.
to join to come on as a guest.
Oh, Crystal Hernandez. She
Crystal
was just
Hernandez.
yeah, Crystal Hernandez. She was Cleaves with me in 6, and she's just on Stumble, Peacock,
Oh, perfect.
NBC. Yeah,
All right.
she's just absolutely amazing.
Challenge. We'll see if it's accepted. Hey, thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, bye.
Bye.